Cyberpunk! What the fuck? Hey, let's talk about Cyberpunk, but first let's have a look on what has been released since the game was announced in May 2012. Two Star Wars games, a complete trilogy of Star Wars movies, two generation of consoles, 7 mainstream Assassin's Creed games, 2 Rockstar games, 2 Dark Souls games, 3 Watch Dogs games, 4 Battlefield games and 8 major Call of Duty games with 2 Battle Royales. And also 17 Marvel movies. Oh yeah. Just a small disclaimer, if you are a raging fanboy, I can't really help you. Now, let's talk about the game. Apparently, it is by far the most hyped game. It has already sold around 8 million copies. And it is now the biggest PC launch title of all time. So what's so exciting about this game? Apart from Keanu Reeves, most importantly, this game was made by the same company that made Witcher 3, which is a beautiful RPG game, and this company has shown us the same thing with the modern era RPG integration. It is just beautiful. It's not just strength, agility and intelligence, it has much more to offer. So much into the interior. You can develop your character as you want. You wanna play stealth? You can do that. You wanna play guns blazing? You can do that. You wanna play like a samurai? Oh yeah, you can do that too. It would take a lot of time for one to complete the table. As of now, I'm totally on my side missions. Basically, in an RPG game, side missions are the foreplay of the complete development which leads to a beautiful night. And the side missions are really fun. Also, there is a major factor called cyberware in which you get attachments to your body parts which gives you a major advantage in the game as the attachments will give you some amazing perks. Now, let's go ahead. The second most important factor of the game is its graphic. It is apparently the best thing about the game and also the worst. This game really takes a toll on your GPU. Playing on 1080p with ray tracing on is a tough notch to achieve. Well, thanks to DLSS. There are some major rendering issues in the game. Faces of NPCs and even sometimes complete cars do not render. It takes a few seconds for them to render up properly. And the last gen consoles, by last gen, I mean the PS4 and the Xbox One, are really struggling to give performance. The current gen will be getting its opportunity to show its performance in the month of Jan. But there is a silver lining. Playing this game with ray tracing is just beautiful. The timing of the day really enhances the ray tracing effects. You get the maximum result of ray tracing in the night time. The reflection on the surface of water is just mesmerizing. Each and every light gives us a proper detail of the surrounding. It is really majestic. Honestly, the real fun of this game is with ray tracing. With ray tracing off is just The irony is that even the 3000 series cards really struggle to run it at max. My 2080 at times really gets tired. And I'm really not sure whether did the developers play this game on the last gen consoles or not. Frankly, this game was in development since 2013, and as per that timeline, it's really hard to understand why is this game not performing so well on PS4 and Xbox One. Cyberpunk developers have apologized for their depressing output on consoles, and they will be giving out major patches for last gen consoles in the month of January and February. They are even giving out full refund if you do not want to wait. And I'm sure the patches will make the game beautiful for console players. Moving ahead, shooting and guns. As much as I have played the game, I have understood one thing. The variety of weapons is quite unique. And we have some really cool attachments for guns in the game. The shooting mechanics are quite understandable. Might take an hour to get the grip, but it's quite similar to other games. And now let's talk about cars. Initially, you might feel the control of cars a bit cranky. And it actually is. But once you get the hang of it, it's kind of delightful. The steering sensitivity of the cars differ very awkwardly. Well, there are bikes in the game as well, but I would mostly avoid them. Also, there is tech. Some amazing cool tech. Spider robots, brain dance and so much more unexplored stuff. In all, the game is fun. And if you have a good hefty setup, it's worth every penny. On the other side, the only con of this game is its poor optimization. It really sucks to go to graphic settings and notch down stuff to get performance. There are also some minor glitches in the game, but I'm sure they will get sorted out soon. My curiosity reaches its peak with the thought that the number of years the game was in development and further there were so many delays for the launch, and still here we stand. Also, the game was first presented in the year 2012 when PS4 and Xbox One were the new consoles, and 1080 Ti was launched in the year 2017. On the other side, the game has too much to render. Frame by frame, the night city, there is just too much lighting, cars, buildings and stuff. It's kind of difficult, but it is what it is. Well, I guess somewhere we all know that we need to accept new games are gonna be buggy during launch from now on. Right now, some people are pirating the game. I just want to say one thing, supporting the developers is very important. Piracy is just wrong. Also, please don't get me wrong, please. But if you cannot afford the game, I highly doubt that you have a setup that would actually help you play the game the way it is meant to be played. And finally, if you are a RPG fan, the game is totally worth it. Don't think much, just check whether your specs match the requirement of the game and go for it. Thank you for watching the video. Do like and subscribe.